studio in Cherokee. Can you hear me? My name is Tammy Walking Stick, and I am indigenous. My ancestors are from the land that you are standing on. Many, 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 many years ago, this was a village right where you're standing. I need everyone to get down and touch the ground if you can. My ancestors are buried right here. My ancestors are buried right here. And today we were asked to do a land acknowledgement. I thank Abdul for the land acknowledgement because this is very, very powerful. My name is Tammy Walking Stick. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And I support you all. And I love you all. And I want you to know that we need your love back. The indigenous people of Philadelphia are still here. And as much support as we give to this community, we need your support for our community. Soon there will be a new establishment here in the city of Philadelphia for the Native American and indigenous people. And I'm looking forward to every one of you to support us in any way that you can. Mostly in love, because love is love. Am I right? I'm going to introduce you to my aunt, Claudia Haddad. She's going to speak to you in her language. She's Mi'kmaq. They're from Canada. And she's here because she's part of your community.
It's good. How are you today? My indigenous name is Mi'kmaq. It means turtle hawk woman. I'm also a two-spirit trans indigenous person. My transition came around 1974. I'm 73 years old. I have belonged to the Philadelphia community for the longest time, and nobody ever knew me until I finally made myself known. We used to have an indigenous center right down the street on Chestnut and 2nd, which was taken away from us. So now we're building another one. I am going to just do a song in tongue. You have to think in the old days the Delaware River used to come all the way up to the about 2 blocks away from here. This used to be a big Lenape encampment, a town, until colonization came about. Our people never discarded any gender. Whatever the essence of the universe used to give us, we used to take and keep them, whether they were gay, straight, whatever. We used to honor the gift that the two-spirit folks had. And we had positions in our tribes until colonization and Christianity came about, which made everything ugly. So, as she said, we hope we get your support because you have our support. The song I'm going to do is, since we're very close to the river, and Lenape people used to go up and down this river. They used to go across the way to New Jersey. I'm going to call the ancestors that used to go up and down that river. The song talks about indigenous people coming down on birch bark canoes and coming to a gathering like one like this one.
it all the way up. Turn it up.
When I sing, forget it.
Yeah, I know it.
don't need a
I know
mic.
it. You're the best.
Već Quidditch Madijit must be acquainted Već Quidditch Madijit O da hamnua Nelti delgi Madijit Mawien Mawien Mawio mi mawien mi gamua wachina nagami suhu dijana. Thank you. We never say goodbye. In our language, goodbye does not exist. We say, I see you later. And the Lenape people used to say, La Pichkanewa. My people say, Ugnamutes. Enjoy your day.
Claudia, next I want to introduce you to my sibling. She's a beautiful sibling. She is going, my sibling, I'm working on it, y'all. Give me a minute. Because I'm getting emotional. My sibling is going to do the Land Acknowledgement. And she's going, my sibling is going to do a beautiful job. Remember Red Feather's legacy. When you hear us, you'll know that that is us. Red Feather's legacy. I'm going to introduce to you Abba. Halito, it means hello in Choctaw. Can everyone hear me? Thank you. As we gather today, we need to recognize that we stand in Lenape Haken, the ancestral homeland of the Lenape. We must recognize that the Lenape are still here, continuing to live and work in Lenape Haken as well as in other places throughout Turtle Island. Let us acknowledge that the Lenape ancestors and elders who have took care of this land for thousands of years and the generations that will carry on the tradition. Let us acknowledge all of the indigenous peoples who have made connection here and continue to revitalize all our communities. We must acknowledge the ways in which colonialism, paper genocide, displacement, and systematic oppression has affected the Lenape people and many other indigenous communities. As we recognize the unique experiences of gender expression, and sexuality today, we need to acknowledge the unique experiences of indigenous peoples who are two-spirit, transgender, non-conforming, non-binary, ancestral, or queer. Let us recognize the spectrum of indigenous people and our unique understanding of these experiences. As we walk on this march, let us remember the importance of indigenous sovereignty and the ways in which we can show our respect, honor, and regard for the indigenous peoples whose homeland we reside on. When you walk on this march, all these roads, all these streets, these are land that was already walked on before we are walking on it today. And much of the land is not different. Much of the plants and animals are not different. And I just ask all of you, when you look in this land, you are on indigenous land. You are looking at indigenous land, and there are still indigenous people here, whether you realize it or not. Indigenous people come in all shades, all sizes, all shapes. They come in all hair textures, every spectrum that you can think of. There is an indigenous person who looks like that. Thank you. You guys can start your parade. Have a great time and thank you. Please remember, #RedFeathersLegacy. Yes.